Question number 26. A couple produces pure rotational motion only. Option A is correct. Rotational motion. Question number 27. Which of the following is a vector quantity? Energy, mass, angle, all are the scalar quantities. Momentum is having both magnitude and direction. So momentum is the vector quantity. Option C is correct. Question number 28. A force acting on a body may, option A, changes its motion, option B, balance the other force acting, option C, retards its motion, D, all the above. So option D is correct, all of the above. Question number 29. A perfect frame should satisfy the condition of, option C is correct, n equal to 2j minus 3. Here n equal to number of members, j is number of joints of the frame. Question number 30. What is a deficient frame? The number of members less than 2j minus 3 is called a deficient frame. So option A is correct, n less than 2j minus 3. Question number 31. What is a redundant frame? The number of members greater than the 2j minus 3 is called redundant frame. So option C is correct, n greater than 2j minus 3. Question number 32. A framed structure as shown in the below figure is a, option A is correct, perfect frame. So here this one is the explanation. Condition of perfect truss, n equal to 2j minus 3. Here n equal to number of members, here j equal to number of joints. Okay. Given truss is in the shape of a triangle, number of members n equal to 3, the number of joints j equal to 3. So substitute in this formula, 3 is equal to 2 into 3 minus 3. So 3 equal to 3. It is a perfect frame. Option A is correct. Question number 33. The algebraic sum of their moments about any point is equal to the moment of their resultant force about the same point. It is the statement of Varignon's theorem. Option C is correct, Varignon's theorem. Question number 34. The forces whose line of action lie on the same plane are known as, option B is correct, coplanar forces. Question number 35. The forces which meeting at the same point is known as, option A is correct, concurrent forces. Question number 36. The line of action of forces passing through a single line is known as, option D is correct, collinear forces. Question number 37. The uniformly distributed load UDL is also called, option C is correct, rectangular load. Question number 38. The uniformly varying load UVL is also called, option B is correct, triangular load. Question number 39. The reactions for a roller support, option A is correct, 1. Question number 40. The reactions for a hinged support, option D is correct, 2. Question number 41. The reactions for a fixed support, Option C is correct, 3. Question number 42. The moment of force P about O as shown in figure. Option B is correct, P into OC. Here this one is the explanation. Moment of force M equal to force into perpendicular distance. So here M equal to force is P, OC is the perpendicular distance. M equal to P into OC. So option B is correct. Question number 43. The resultant of a force system where sigma V equal to 0 is. So here the sum of the forces in vertical direction is 0. So the resultant acting in horizontal direction. Option D is correct, horizontal. Question number 44. The forces which meet at one point but their lines of action do not lie in a plane are called. So here option A is correct, non-coplanar concurrent forces. Question number 45. Lami's theorem can be applied when the number of forces is. Option C is correct, 3. Two parallel forces equal in magnitude and opposite in direction and separated by a distance are said to form a. Option B is correct, couple. Question number 47. The forces whose lines of action are parallel to each other and act in the same directions are known as. Option A is correct, like parallel forces. Question number 48. In order to determine the effects of a force acting on a body, we must know. Option A, magnitude of the force. Option B, lines of action of the force. Option C, point of application of force. D, all the above. Option D is correct, all the above. Question number 49. If the two forces of magnitude 60 Newton are acting at a point making an angle of 120 degree with each other, find the resultant. Here the answer is option B, 16 newtons. Here this one is the explanation. Resultant of two forces P and Q is. Here P and Q equal to 60 newtons, theta equal to 120 degrees. So now resultant R equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. So substitute P comma Q and theta values. So finally we get resultant R equal to 60 newtons. Option B is correct. Question number 50. It is a single force which produces the same effect as produced by all the given forces acting on a body is. Option A is correct, resultant force.